Did you see that the Miami Dolphins have made Jalen Ramsey the NFL's highest paid cornerback? Ramsey agreed on a 3-year extension worth $24.1 million a year, according to Shefty.
How old is Ramsey these days?
Ramsey...
He'll be 30 in October.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's got to be 30. The reason I bring this up again, it was just a couple of days ago that the Denver Broncos reset the cornerback market by signing Patrick Surtain to a $24 million yearly contract. The message here is that once again, Ryan Poles has been able to come to terms with one of the better players in the league at his position at a bargain rate.
Well, it's already, yeah. And
Jaylon Johnson,
before he's even played it.
He's not even in the top 10 at this point. You can't argue to me successfully that Jaylon Johnson isn't a top 10 cornerback in this league. I'll make a vehement argument that he could easily be in the top 5.
Yeah.
He's no longer in the top 10 in terms of highest paid per annual, how much you're paid per year. And that's not to say he's not happy because he signed a huge contract. But once again, Ryan Poles, whether it's DJ Moore or it's Jaylon Johnson, two of your most important players, two arguably of your best players, maybe your two best players, are now under contract for an extended period of time at what I would consider, based on their level of accomplishment, a bargain basement price.
So Jaylon Johnson signed for 4 years, correct?
$18 million a year, 18 and change.
So my guess is, and I'm hoping this is the case, that he continues to play great and even better than he's played in his career. And the goal for him will be to renegotiate that thing in 3 years. Going into
yes.
again to renegotiate that after going into the final year of his deal.
Absolutely. I guess, again, I can't emphasize it enough. I mean, one of the keys to building a real Super Bowl contender, first of all, it makes it much easier on you when you are dealing with a quarterback on a rookie contract. But now you got these two guys that are Pro Bowl caliber players who you've signed to extensions, who are now being paid below what their value is because of how the markets have exploded as wide receivers and cornerbacks. And I do not say that to suggest that either guy made a bad deal. They made the deals that were best for them. But you talk about win-wins. These are two of the biggest win-wins of the offseason, in my humble opinion. Double win. You know what the most romantic destination in the world is?
Most romantic Paris, France.
Was once, yes, last year, but not now. There's a new leader in the club.
Calumet City, Illinois.
That is not true.
No?
Maui. Maui's now the top
Never
pick.
been to Maui.
Yes. Paris is second. And Paris has been at the top of that list for quite some time.
Give me what else? What are the other cities? You got the top 5 there?
Don't see. Oh, yeah, I do. I have Maui at 1, Paris at 2, Rome, Italy at 3.
I was going to say somewhere in
Venice,
there.
Italy at 4.
Oh, look at that. Venice is underwater today, too.
Are they?
I think so, yeah. They flood every now and then.
Oh, I know. I've been there when it's flooded. When we went there, it was flooded. Smelled to the high heavens. Cancun, Mexico.
That doesn't say romance. I don't know what does.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Cancun is in the top 5?
Yeah.
That's like fleeting romance. That's not like actual romance. That's a bender romance.
I don't know how Cancun is listed above Tuscany, Italy, but it is. Costa Rica is 7, the British Virgin Islands is 8, St. Lucia 9, and Santorini, Greece is 10. Aspen is 11.
And there you go, Meller.
Do you find yourself to be in a more romantic when you're in Aspen?
I'm usually in Breckenridge, so not quite right next door to Aspen. I'm just saying, it's not Aspen.
I'm in Breck, not Aspen.
The Maui was awesome when I went last.
Did you know Selena Gomez is a billionaire?
I didn't know a billionaire. I knew mega rich, but not a billionaire.
Yeah. She's
Good
worth $1.3 billion, which ranks her for the first time in the Billionaires Club.
Do you know what she just did? I saw something cool on social media.
By the way, it's because of her. She has a cosmetic company called Rare Beauty Brands.
And because of all of her entertainment stuff.
That's not how she became a billionaire.
Because of all the cosmetics?
Yes. Yeah.
There was like a high school volleyball team who had asked her to come sing the national anthem for their team.
And she did it?
And she showed up.
I like it.
And wasn't that cool?
Normal person. I love those stories.
Normal billionaire. Yeah.
Taylor Swift. Well, I mean, for a billionaire, that's
Yeah, no,
that's
you're
a
right.
pretty
You're right.
normal
You're right.
situation. Most people wouldn't give you the time of day. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, seems everything is good because they were partying last night after the win.
Yeah, they got 3 weeks left.
Yeah, that's wrong. That's not good. Didn't you say there was some sound you wanted to play from Eberflus?
This was on the all those illegal formation penalties that were called on the Ravens yesterday. So Jason Leisure was asking Eberflus about this, and if the league had informed the Bears, if this is something that they're going to be,
aware of.
Yeah, is this something that they're going to pay attention to? And then they notify the Bears, hey, get this thing taken care of because we're going to be focusing on this. This was Eberflus today at the podium.
Yeah, so we brought it up. This is our situations day for the team meeting. So I go through and pull off situations from preseason. The game last night, and we talk about it. We do about a 15-minute deal in there. Just it's part of the smart phase of our deal, educating the players on the rules, what's going on around the league, the tendencies, and what's being emphasized. And the league sent us a tape about the whole illegal formation. And that's what it was called last night. And the tackles have to break that, the waist to the center. And if you're too far back, typically they give you a warning, but, they're starting to call that. That's going to be a point of emphasis. The other thing that's going to be a point of emphasis is the shaving of the motion with the receivers. So when they come in jet motion or regular motion, they got to make sure that they're still staying, horizontal, not going vertical towards the line of scrimmage before the ball snaps. So we talked to our guys about that. Showed them some clips on that as well, so they're informed.
Where did you get the tape? You said you got a tape explaining about the illegal formation.
Yeah, I don't know. It was they always sent it to Harry, so it was either the day before or whatever. I don't know. It was last night. I don't know what. I showed it to the guys today.
No. You said the league sent you a tape explaining the.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
that came in yesterday.
Yeah, I believe so. Yep. I have to ask Harry. Where's Harry? Go get him. Bring him in here.
He shut it down quicker than he has been shutting that down in the past. Leisure thought he was getting confused, but he's like, no, they sent it to us last night or the day before.
I'm warming up to Coach Eberflus, but I still get confused when
Who's Harry, by the way? Is Harry like their analytics guy?
Probably.
Harry Analytics?
Harry Analytics.
Who's Harry?
I assume that it is the analytics guy. By the way, the Cubs have lost today up at Wrigley. They lose 3-0. Excuse me. They got one hit. They got shut out for the 14th time this year, which ties them for second most in all of baseball this year behind the White Sox. They're tied with the Tigers, the Guardians, the Rockies, and a couple others.
Generous strike zone tonight.
I'm just telling you.
By the ump.
I believe they've been shut out 7 times since the All-Star break when you're really supposed to be making this push. No Jesse Rogers today, but he's always brought to you by your Chicagoland Toyota Dealer Association. Toyota, let's go places. I thought it was a pretty pitiful performance by your guys in a stretch run here to try to get to the wild card spot. And once again, I am, as a non-Cubs fan, was a little disappointed, but that there wasn't more pushback from the Cubs dugout when the blind umpire was missing call after call after call in crunch time.
All right, so I tweeted that the Cubs will never have to build a Craig Counsell statue. There's already one in the dugout.
That's pretty funny. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I got a good laugh back here on that one.
Funny.
Some people get offended about that. Like, if you think a manager going bat blank crazy on an umpire is going to wake a team up, you're dumber than this comment. Says Brizzo's thoughts. It's a little untimely with his Twitter handle name. Think you should change the Brizzo's thoughts. That's with Rizzo and Bryant, obviously. But how do you address that then, since you brought that up?
I'm not suggesting that it solves all your problems, but it may actually. You're still in this, okay? You still got at bats. And maybe going out there and giving them a piece of your mind will change what happens with the remaining 2 outs that you have. Now, when your umpire is missing calls by 6 inches, I can't take that. I'm sorry.
And it was over and over.
Over and over.
It wasn't one call.
You were watching. Am I wrong here?
No, there was one. I gasped when I saw they showed you the box.
When Bush struck out.
Yes, Luke Weaver threw.
And wasn't Bush the leadoff hitter, or was he second? Leadoff.
He was the leadoff hitter.
I got two more chances.
Right. Here's the way I look at it. I believe and Coach K was just on talking about culture. I believe that no one sets the culture better than a head coach or the manager. When you sometimes have a sleepy team, like you mentioned, a team that is second in Major League Baseball in shutouts,
tied for
getting shut out,
yeah,
that sometimes it's a reflection on the manager. When the manager is sleepy, the team acts sleepy. I think it could be a good reflection. So when the manager sits there like he's asleep and won't fight for the players, I'm not telling you this is a cure-all.
No.
I have no backing of this, that this is going to translate. But what will it hurt? You are sleepwalking through a game that you have one hit.
One hit.
It's like in a basketball game when all of a sudden the other team goes on an 8-0 run late down the stretch. What does the other coach do? Timeout.
Yeah.
I need
Tries
to
change the mode.
I need to change the mojo. So maybe by your manager going out of the dugout and taking a timeout and getting after the umpire, maybe it changes the mojo a little bit. Maybe the next call isn't going to be called a strike. It's worth a try. You're sleepwalking through another game.
That's all.
You were just shut out in game 2 against the Pirates.
Yes.
You're just shut out against. You are sleepwalking like your manager.
You're running out of time.
He's getting paid $40 million. I don't understand why he can't lift his ass off the bench. That's it.
I'm not telling you to go out there.
meatheadish.
No, I listen. These were egregious mistakes by this home plate umpire.
And they were like,
I mean, I'm not the only one. I'm not even a freaking Cubs fan.
And it's not all on him. There are other people saying, Silvy, you're blaming the manager. Look, you know how I feel about this team. This team has no closer. This team, I don't believe, can hit consistently. This is a team giving other people blue balls. I refuse to get blue balls this year because I know I'm not getting any from this team. The guy in the morning cap, he's getting blue balls every day because he thinks he's getting something from this team. This team ain't getting anybody anything. They're taking you nowhere for a variety of reasons. For Jed, for the players who have underperformed, and then the manager who just sits there like a statue. But it's mind-boggling that the manager just watches the umpires. Like the other day, Grady Sizemore isn't a future manager in the league. They were down 9-0 in the ninth. At least he went out there and he fought for his players.
Yeah.
After a bad strike 3. This guy won't fight for his players.
I just don't get it.
I think it's time for Brizzo Boy to change his X handle to Counsell's stoic demeanor.
Yeah. Brizzo's thoughts.
I do not offer this to you as a solution to all that ails the Cubs.
No.
I'm just telling you, sports has a lot to do about momentum, energy, emotion, and that was a dead-ass team up there. That's a good Yankees team they're facing,
Sure.
Don't get me wrong.
And they've been dead for much of the year. This is
Did
why
you
they're
see the strike they
fighting
called
uphill.
on your new third baseman, too? It was
Paredes?
crazy. Okay, that's it. I'm done. That's all. Sorry, guys. Listen, I'm fighting for your team more than your manager's fighting for your team.
You were more passionate about it than I was. Yeah, like I was kind of just.
I don't like
it's not
seeing
a
that
surprise,
crap.
and it's not a surprise to me. None of this is a surprise.
I don't like bad calls in the NFL. I know that these people are human, but when you allow them to continue to make the same mistakes over and over again, like that strike zone was criminal. Somebody should spend a night in jail up there for that. Meller, am I right? Jail time, 24 hours.
It's a little aggressive, but
Okay. Lord knows we got some space up there.
By the way, Harry is Harrison Freed. I think that's how you pronounce it. Harry Freed, Freid, Director of Research and Analytics for the Chicago Bears.
So you have identified the hairy bear.
We have found Harry Bear.
Harry Bear has been found. All right, that's all.